back to InHerSelf podcast,
where we talk about faith, family, finance, and friendship.
So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on all social media platforms.
And make sure to turn your notifications on to be notified whenever we post new content. Hey, family.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, we're back.
Yes.
Shout out to our Patreon members who are in the room. They've been in the room this entire time
All
because
day.
they got the BTS.
All day.
Yes.
It's been a long day.
So if you are not already a member, I'm telling y'all, go get what I was getting ready to say.
Go get what? Go subscribe and become a member of In Her Circle.
Yes.
It's been a long day. It's okay.
You know I don't do that.
I know.
You
It's
know I
okay.
don't.
It's okay.
Thank you for having my back. Yeah. Go join. That's what I was going to say. Go join.
Sleepy,
Weepy. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I'm excited about this topic though.
Ooh-wee. Every topic that you're excited about, I'd be like, ugh.
The one we just did was really good.
It was, but I feel like anytime you bring up a topic, it be deep.
It's supposed to be.
I know, but it just make me be like, okay, now we got to be serious.
I feel like you bring some deep topics too though.
Yeah.
It's only deep when the person has like more of the context behind
Like you already
it.
have thoughts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And when you don't, you're like, okay, well, let me see what I'm going to bring to the table.
Yeah.
That's what it be.
Yeah.
But today we'll be talking about womanhood because this is a womanhood podcast and we about empowerment and all those things. We talked about finances and family and friendship. But being a woman, what does that mean to you?
I think that's a lot of layers to that question. When I think of a woman, I think of powerful, I think of strong, I think of all the things that we're supposed to be, if that makes sense. All the things that the world has labeled us to be. I don't hear nurture. I hear nurture. I hear emotional. I hear carry a lot of weight. And honestly, we do all of those things. I remember we just went to dinner not too long ago and we were talking about being girly. And everybody, they went across the table was like, you're girly. And then they was like, you're not girly. And I said, I'm not a woman. I'm not girly. Every month they tell me I'm a lady. I'm confused. But because the picture is you dress up to par, you don't wear sneakers, you look this way, your hair is this way. And I just don't paint that picture. I'm a tomboy at heart, but I feel like I carry a lot of women characteristics. But I'm not, when I look at a woman or what the qualities they bring, I don't feel like I possess them all. That makes sense.
I hear you, but I feel like you possess a lot of it. Just watching you and definitely seeing you evolve from 19 to 27 now, like a lot of womanhood values and characteristics have blossomed over the years. For me, I feel like womanhood is just a loaded word. It's just like multiple hats and roles. I hear superwoman, literally.
Yeah.
In all facets because you're a mom, whether you birth them or not, being an auntie mama. You understand what I'm saying? No, I'm serious because I was an aunt to my oldest niece, my baby, before I became a mom. Like she was my baby. And so learning how to change diapers and making sure that they eat and those things that naturally came to be, it wasn't something you have to learn to be a woman. It's something who you are, and you are put in situations that bring those things forth to me. Like we were just talking about not giving up and having the strength of a woman. First of all, childbirth alone is you get an award. You should get, that's why they have push gifts now. Because you should. But I don't desire for a thing that happens in your life that makes you a woman, because having a child does not make you a woman, just like it don't make you a true mother.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So yes, the title is given to you, but are you withholding that standard based off of your relationship and based off of what you are providing to that child? You could just have been, a mom,
A carrier,
or caregiver, the carrier, because you don't desire that role of a mother.
Yeah.
Somebody who was nurturing or whatnot. So again, womanhood being someone who is powerful, who is strong, who knows how to be quiet. I had to learn that.
Oh, please. Like when you hear the word woman, you don't hear quiet. I feel like men, when they hear the word woman, they don't hear quiet. We talk. We have a lot to say. We're emotional beings, whether we're happy, sad, it don't matter what it is, we're going to talk about it.
And I think that I can't speak for every woman, but I feel like some women are the opposite. Some women don't say nothing.
Sure.
So I think it depends on your upbringing. For me, in the household, I come from a lot of strong, Black, bold females who a lot of them were single-handedly raising children. And so that's where that come from, that I ain't backing down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to wear the pants and the skirt. Not fit. Well, they did wear pants. I can't say that, but
not in the church. Not in the church.
And so with all that wrapped up into one, I kind of got lost in the shuffle. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of things that I learned, just tangible things like how to govern my finances and different things that not necessarily make you a woman, because men do that as well. But I feel like how to govern a household, I do that. I learned that by observation and not by actually being taught. Like even cooking, a couple recipes here and there. You know what? You're not going to do
that. Just wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? Like my grandmother cooked, but not when I think of like a soulful Black woman, I didn't experience that. Like they wasn't in there barefoot, like in the kitchen cooking like that. It just, so that's why I struggle a little bit now, because I didn't have that.
You know what my family does, and they still do? They fix every man's plate in the house. It doesn't matter if they are like grown down to the babies. The men fix their plates are fixed by the women of my family, and then the women, you get up and get your plate.
Yeah, because that's what women are supposed to do. Like there's a list of things that society says that women are supposed to do, and now in our generation we have kind of changed that whole list up to grab from men, to grab from everybody, and our list looks a lot different from the way it used to. Like at my grown age right now, as a woman, I am already supposed to have children and a man. Like that's just already what it's supposed to be. But what if I said genuinely right now, I don't want that? Some people would be like, what you mean? Like that's just what you're supposed to do. I don't think that's just what you're supposed to do. You don't even know who you are as the woman before you decided to do all of that. Not that you would know yourself fully, but you don't even know you as the woman that you're ordained to be before you decide to do that, because they told you had to. You rushed into it. And I'm not doing that.
No, I don't wish that for you at all to run into anything. But I do 100% agree with you on the dynamics and the roles from back in 1980 or 70 up until right now in 2024, that those lines that used to be a thing don't exist anymore. It really is equality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of men who are embracing that, because even back in the day, you used to have men who was like, the role of woman, I want you barefoot and pregnant. I want you in the house. You want to cook in my meal. And I'm going to bring home the bacon. You cook it. And yeah, that don't really.
That's why there's a lot of confusion with dating now about what to expect and what to not expect from a woman. Depending on how you were raised, a man expects you to cook, to clean, to bathe him, to bathe the kids, to bathe the dog. They just expect. I'm dragging it, but that's the that's the expectations of a woman. And then you have some men who were raised by a single mom who didn't have the dynamic, or her mom treated their dad a certain way. So it's just like, okay, so I can go on a date with a dude that expects me to do this, or I can go on a date with a dude that expects me to do that. So for me, men don't know how to treat women because it's all over the place.
That's good.
I don't know what you want, because I could either bring home the bacon and you can stay home and be a single, I'm not a single mother, Lord Jesus. You can stay at home and be a mother and take care of the kids, or you can go out and have your businesses. Some men don't like that. Some men say, no, my mama was at home taking care of us when my daddy was making money. Well, I'm not that type of woman. Well, you're not the woman for me. And it'd be like, all right. We are so excited to officially announce that we have launched our Patreon. By signing up, you will become a member of our InHerCircle community.
You'll receive exclusive access to our content that is only available to our Patreons, such as behind the scenes, live discussions, and Discord. But most importantly, first dibs on new merch.
To register, visit our link tree in the bio or the description below.
See you at the circle. And then you have someone who's okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
They're okay with, being home. And I'm going to be here when you get here, and I'm going to run your bath water, and I'm going to make sure the children are fed, and I'm going to make sure that we're going to do homeschooling. And as long as the bills are being paid and you are being faithful and everything is great, then it's a life for me.
I hate that you start talking soft like that.
Because there's a level of submission that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And people, even that word, like being submissive, that ruffles so many women's feathers to be like, submissive? I ain't better be no submissive.
And I'd be like, why not?
Do you understand? It's just, I want to make sure I'm submitting to the right thing. That's all.
That's it, and that's all.
That's all.
I'm not submitting to any and everything. I got to make sure, like, you have to be the right king for me to submit to.
Come on and say
you got to bring the right qualities for me to submit to.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You have to be the man of God that the Lord declared for you to be, for me to be in position to submit to you, and then for me to be the woman of God that I'm supposed to be for you.
This gon' ruffle a lot of feathers too, especially our producers clip this. But because we're not saying that no, because this is why the reason why I'm saying is because this is important for them to watch the whole episode. So I say watch the whole episode.
I know.
Because biblically speaking,
Mm-hmm.
right, if you are already married, it doesn't say that your husband has to be doing something in order for you to be submissive. We're stating before you get married,
Yep.
to make sure that he is doing this for it to be easier for you to submit.
Mm-hmm.
Because submission, when you're already married, the requirement is not for him to do anything. You're supposed to submit because you're already under covenant.
Yep.
So before you do that, make sure you know what you're getting into.
Yes.
Submission is not hard. It's just I'm not following anything. Because I'm going to follow you as you follow Christ.
You supposed to be leading and guiding me somewhere.
Because technically we equal. I can really lead too, but I don't desire. Ooh, that's a topic too. I think that sometimes men think that we want to lead and that we don't.
We don't. We do it because we feel like we have to.
Because if I don't, it's a possibility that it won't get done.
Mm-hmm.
And so to keep me from being frustrated, I'm going to go ahead and do it, or I'm going to go ahead and have a backup plan just in case. But that's not what I want to do.
Believe it or not, women don't want to play the man role and the woman role.
I promise you.
We don't desire. Stop telling women Happy Father's Day.
Please. Because I am not a father and I don't desire to be one.
I don't desire to do both. I want to be a woman. I want to walk in my femininity.
Ooh.
Is that the word?
Yeah, femininity, baby. Yep, you had it.
I had it. I want to walk in that. I want to be the woman. I want to be able to be like, okay, I don't want to take the trash out.
I was just getting ready to say, can you take out the trash? I don't want to cut the grass. I don't want to be responsible for the boys' hair. I don't want to do nothing. I want to be able to be vulnerable. I want to have my emotional time alone and come back into, I want to be who I was created to be. God created us the best. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna hold you. He broke the mold. As a matter of fact, he said, you ain't coming from dirt, you coming from flesh. Because baby, when I made you,
yeah,
men don't get favor until you find a wife.
Yeah.
He that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor
from the Lord.
It's a good thing to be a woman.
Yeah.
I would want to be me too.
My mom always tells me, she be like, you so hard. Like, what man want to be with a hard woman? I'm like, do you understand that I'm playing both roles right now in my singleness, and not in a negative way? Meaning that when I'm single, I got to take the trash out.
And you pay your bills.
And I got to pay my bills. And I got to work and pay, and do this job and do that job and do this and make sure the house taken care of. If something wrong with the toilet, I got to fix it. Something wrong with the sink, I got to fix it. The moment in which
that you can release the reins.
Oh, Jesus. I said the hard walls will come down.
It's a blessing. I don't have to put gas in my car. It be the little things.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't put on this thing like, oh, I'm just hard and this how I am. I don't have no choice. I am the man and the woman right now in the household that I live in. Mm-hmm. But again, circling back to once once my husband finds me, I will begin to be submissive. I will begin to let down those walls down and just be the feminine woman that I declare to be. But the title and the bullet points that we have placed underneath womanhood, they're not the same anymore.
I think even being a woman in the career field, in working, it's a different capacity. Your mom was sharing with you, I think you said that it's harder to have a female manager than it is to have a male manager because they don't give any kind of empathy or relate to you, or sometimes very much so catty.
Yeah.
In different capacities. You have a lot more I guess a better working relationship with the male than you would have with the female.
Yeah. I feel like men tread a little bit lightly when they're your manager because we are sensitive beings. It is what it is. They don't want to step on your toes. Women, you're not going to one up me. I'm your manager. I'm the boss of you, and that's what it is.
And see the thug in me?
Yeah, you're not going to do me like that.
You're not going to play me.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't make it.
Yep.
That's exactly why we don't make it. Because you have to play another role of submission. Even when you're wrong, even when they're wrong, you have to submit yourself. And here you go. And don't mess around and be a black woman.
Yeah.
Because you get stepped on top of that too. Raises don't be what they supposed to be. You don't get acknowledged for promotion and position. Even though you're doing all the work, they want you to work because we work hard. Mm-hmm. They know we're going to go above and beyond. And the thing they say the most is, oh my God, her attitude. But do you realize that maybe it's not my attitude? Maybe it's just right now, today, my cycle is on, or I just don't. Like, be for real.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like that's a lot for people because, you know, a lot of women say, well, I experience the same things you do, but we don't give sympathy and empathy to our other fellow women. We just don't. Mm. Whether it's childbirth, get up. All right, that's enough. You done crying. All right, that happened to me too. Get over it.
And we raise our daughters to be that way. I was thinking about Lyric, and sometimes when I have to coach myself out of like trying to make her be hard, but a part of me don't want to coddle her because I'm like, the world not gonna coddle you, but you're a baby, so I'm supposed to coddle you. Like, it's okay for you to cry right now. It's okay for you to be like, oh my God, you are 3, because when you 23, I'm saying you ain't 3, but when you was 3, you couldn't do it either.
Exactly.
So it's like.
Mm-hmm. That's just a mentality of, I got to beat the world to it. So let me make sure that that's what we do.
And I don't think that we're supposed to do that.
No. And again, I don't have children, but I try to treat your children like they're my own. So I always be like, Lyric, use your words. Because women don't get a chance to use our words. Immediately we act out because that's what's gotten us so far. We throw a tantrum as grown women.
Yeah.
We cuss people out as grown women.
Yeah.
And not even actually vocally, like, I'm cussing you out. No, I'm stumping, I'm screaming, I'm yelling at it. And it's like, use your words. I don't understand. That's why we have a lot of time communicating with men. They be like, I can't read your mind.
Even in a relationship.
Yes.
I have a heart. I expect my husband sometimes to know what it is that I desire. And I'm like, you wouldn't know that. But it's only after I go back and reassess the situation. And I'm like, well, he responded based off of his perception of the situation, not necessarily what I said. And then I come back, I'm like, well, I thought you would have and you should have. And he was like, well, why you just didn't say that? I was like, but I did. No, you didn't. You acted out.
Yeah.
You threw a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
You didn't say nothing. If you would have just said it, I would have did it. He says all the time, I don't want to fight with you. Mm-hmm. I want us to live in peace, in harmony.
But that comes from women are supposed to be seen, not heard. We've been told to shut up all of our life, that we are now in the drastic of it, like loud, you got to hear me, because we were hushed for so long.
Because we see it all the time. You go to a car dealership right now by yourself, you're going to get ate up. You take a man with you, or if he go by himself, he gonna get the best deal possible. Because see eye to eye. So when you feel like you have to fight for everything, of course, now I got to come in like, you're not for to play me. Mm-hmm. So, she got attitude. No, I don't have respect from you.
That's the black woman stigma, though. We have attitudes. We loud. We do all that because we are not heard. But in actuality, we not heard when we doing all that yelling and screaming either.
Oh, but we felt though.
But we're felt.
But not in a good way.
No.
And that's what that is a challenge that we are overcoming.
I think overall we just have to know that we are not in the 1950s anymore and understand that men can't tell us what to do. We can march at our own beat, but still take some of the qualities that those women back then had. Like women nowadays, like we just talked about, they're not submitting. It is what it is. You want the man, but you don't want to be the woman for the man. You don't want to do the list of things a woman is supposed to do, but the man got to do everything a man's supposed to do. You don't want to have the conversations with your man and say, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I wish you would do. This is what I wish you wouldn't do.
I just want to remind us that Eve was a helpmate. So, because sometimes in the beginning, I had to check myself on what my role was in our marriage is to help. So I don't expect him now to know everything, because if he knew everything, then you wouldn't need me to help you do nothing. So at the end of the day, like I've seen these posts on Instagram and different things saying, oh, well, he need to have a this and a that and a credit score or this and that. And that's fine, because I believe that Adam was a manager of the Garden of Eden.
He had it locked down before sis came.
Baby, he had everything he needed before sis came. So I'm not stating that he shouldn't have it together. But what I will say is, if he has all those things, are you able to maintain what he has? Or are you just going to go shop and drop and do everything, and you want to be in the streets and you want to be with your friends and you don't even know how to cook? This man done worked all day. Whether he worked from home or whether he worked outside on the mill somewhere, the point is he come home and you up here watching Housewives.
Yeah.
And you a wife. You a real housewife, but you watching Housewife and ain't nothing cooked. Kids is just as dirty as they want to be. Crying, the house is dirty, but you talking about,
I'm a woman.
I'm a woman.
I'm not supposed to do any of that.
You're crazy.
You're crazy. Because your man finna find somebody to do it.
Clean up woman.
No, I'm being honest. If we can have it. No, if you want to have a real conversation.
I'm being serious too.
You bring nothing to the table. Nothing to the table but sex, and feel like that's the only thing that'll keep a man.
And barely doing that.
And it won't.
And I mean barely, meaning like you just saying, oh, I'm here.
The bare minimum.
When you got women literally who married, who not only taking care of business and working and running business companies and raising children and laying it down and everything else, and you around talking about what?
It's just a contradiction. We don't know what we want. We don't know what we want.
No, you know what you want. It's just not reasonable.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not. And unfortunately, for some, and I'm not saying it's impossible, for some people, that's what you want to do, that's cool. But that does not make you a woman. Those things are characteristics of a woman, but it doesn't make you that. All those things, Proverbs 31 talks about what a woman is and who she supposed to be and how she builds her house with her hands, not tearing them down. And all
they really got to read that, because if they read it, they would not be the woman that they are today.
Read Proverbs. I got checked.
Yes.
I said, I'm
supposed to do that?
Right.
I didn't know I'm
Meek
supposed to do that.
and silence doesn't mean that you are powerless. As a matter of fact, silence is power because you have self-control. I don't have to go and be all out and about and loud and you going, I don't have to do that. My presence, when I walk into the room, I ain't said nothing, but you felt my presence.
Right. And that's why I say we have to take from the women back then and what we desire to be now. Because they were at home. They really didn't do nothing. The men were very mean to them, but they held characteristics that I'm going to hold this house down. If nothing else fails, my kid's going to be good. My husband's going to be good. We're going to be good in this household. No, she did not have a voice. No, she did not have a job. But now you can incorporate that within now. Now you can have the house, the kids, the car, the 12 businesses, and do it all and still be a woman and love on you too.
In marriage, I was watching the movie called My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I think my sister put me onto that movie. And the mama was saying men are the head, but women are the neck. And they turn their head whichever way they see fit, especially when that husband trusts that wife. Most of the time, even salesmen, when you do see a couple walk inside, whether they buying a house, whether they buying a car, they may address the man, but they know that decision maker
is coming from the woman.
Play because she knows her role. I don't have to say anything. But on my pillow talk, you better know I made things change.
Yeah.
And immediately.
Yeah. And knowing like what my husband said, it's a reflection of me.
Absolutely.
He didn't just come up with that by himself. There was a consult and there was a, what do you think? Or how should this go? And then we came to that decision together. Go ahead, baby. You
handle that.
You can.
Thank you.
And I'm back here.
Smiling.
You know what I'm saying?
You understand?
That's what I'm doing.
Yes, because you compliment each other.
I'm not begging for the attention or the role because that's his role.
And when you understand your role, people think that's so bad. And it's not. If I understand my role, I can understand my responsibility.
That's good.
If I understand my responsibility, that I'm not wasting time getting the assignment completed. But if I'm fighting with you, talking about who this and who that, I don't care about none of that stuff. Are you providing? Because the Bible clearly tells us that a man that does not take care of his family
is worse.
Is worse than an unbeliever. Worse than an unbeliever is a man who does not take care of his family. Are you providing? What is your prayer life? Through my life, I've learned that it does not matter. Men in church does not mean they are good men. I don't care. Whoever told y'all that lie is a lie.
Yeah.
It's not. Church and men don't. Now, is your chances higher? Maybe. And I say maybe loosely. In today's, it's maybe.
Yeah.
You know what the prayer should be? Lord, show me his heart. Because a man after God's own heart is what's going to keep you.
Yep.
Because he can have flaws. All of us got flaws. And don't get it twisted. The devil know the Bible too.
Really good.
He in it. He one of the main characters. I want you. I expect you to know the word. So you can be fooled, women of God, because he's quoting these scriptures to you. Did he not go to Jesus? If thou be the Son of God. Come on.
He knows the word.
He knows the word. That means nothing. He finds you hidden behind the cross, seeking God's face. Let him be. Your face should be revealed to him. Adam was asleep.
That's sexy.
It is. Let him. You should be revealed. And then God said to him, "This is your wife." That's my wife. If you ask me, and I will ask my producer right now, but he being. When they find out, the Lord revealed that's your wife. It's an aha moment. He unveiled that to them. And it's like, ooh. What Adam said, oh.
Yeah, he did.
That's ooh wee.
It is what he said. No, I did. That's not. It's not Bible, please.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's my wife. Flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. Literally, you took your time and made her while he was resting. Womanhood is so much more than that. But the society that we live in tries to put us in these boxes and say, you need to do this. If you're not doing this, you're not a woman. You don't do this, you're not a woman. You don't cook, you don't do this. Those are characteristics that come out when it is needed. But every day, my role changes.
Yep.
Whatever you need me to be.
To fit the responsibility, it's going to change.
You need me to be a physician today? I got you.
I got you.
You need to be a chef today? I got you. You need to be a chauffeur today? I got you. You just need me to just sit down and tell you it's okay? I got you. You need me to cover you? Rabbi Shirobohosa, I got
do that
you.
Too.
I got you.
And once I make sure that my man and my home is straight, I need to make these business calls. I need to do. Just know the roles change everywhere you go. When I'm a wife, I'm being a wife. When I'm a mother, I'm being a mother. When I got my business hat on, I'm a businesswoman. When I'm a co-host on a podcast, I got my podcast hat on. All of these different women characteristics that we hold. We're not just one thing.
And never will be.
And never will be. I just want us to stop being a man. That's all I desire us to be. Because I doubt that men want us to be them.
Yeah.
They want us to relax.
Yeah.
They want us to play and I want to say this very loosely, the woman role, but I say that in mean they don't want us to be these
burly.
No. I don't want that. Because do you want a sassy man? You don't.
I'm telling you.
That's not your desire.
No.
So my heart's desire is for women to understand their roles, meaning once you're in a relationship, ask your spouse what he expects from you as a woman, and then tell him what you bring to the table as a woman. Mm-hmm. And then you can level it out and even it out to see, okay, this is the woman I'm called to be for my husband.
And understand the season that you're in too. Because sometimes it can be where he's down and you are picking up the pieces for that season.
Yes.
But the season will change. It will. If you are planting seeds, it gotta come up one day. But what seeds are you planting? If you are sowing strife, you're gonna reap it. You sowing arguments and bitterness, you're gonna reap it.
Point blank.
You sowing love and compassion and understanding, you're gonna reap it. It got to. That's just the law. This ain't about being saved.
That's how the cycle of life is.
That's just common law.
You plant something,
it's going to come back up. Mm-hmm. And when the roles reverse again, he's going to remember how you held it down. Or at least he should. But again, if you, from the beginning, if his heart was right in the right place, he's going to remember.
Right.
But if you got one and ain't got a right heart, then I don't expect that. Mm-hmm. He not going to remember. He going to say, well, you should have did that. Oh, well,
that's because that's what you've been doing. You started a relationship like that. You started a friendship like that. So the expectations for you to keep, you already doing that, you're supposed to keep doing that.
Set it clear at the beginning.
You have to. You have to.
And it's okay if that is what your desire is to do that. Nope. Again, that's your life according to the will of God. For your life. Mm-hmm. We're just stating that ain't mine. I know that's not what you desire. No. I don't. And I can play both. And I have no problem laying the boss hat down, entrepreneur hat down, all these hat down and say, I'm just trying to be. Mm-hmm. I just want to be in this moment. Just be the woman that God has created me to be.
That's all. And the woman that God creates you to be is going to be the woman for your husband. It's going to be the woman for your friends. It's going to be the woman for your kids. It's going to be the woman for your sisters and your brothers. That's what it's going to be.
And taking genuine care of ourselves. Like, it's okay to go get a pedicure. Keep yourself up. It's okay to go get your hair done. It's okay to beat your face every night. Like, be proud of who God made you. Be proud.
For you.
For me, not for nobody else.
That's the first mistake we make. I got to look this way because of somebody else.
Whatever your body type is, whether you plus size or you want to gain weight, it doesn't matter. Own you. God gave it to you. Own it.
Yep.
And take care of it every single day, consistently. Get up. Get up.
Get up.
Get up.
Yeah.
It's not a woe is me. That thing been on me heavy. Get up. I don't know why people laying down. Get up. You have breath in your body. That's proof that you living. Get up and take care of you.
And once you do it, I promise it feels great.
Oh my gosh.
It's the action of getting up because I have to strain a muscle that I ain't never used before in my core to get up. But once you start working at it, you don't want to lay down no more. It's an action thing. I want to take care of me.
Yeah.
So that the people around me will take care of me.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to take care of what you don't take care of.
They're not going to respect it either because you don't respect it. Mm-hmm. Love thy neighbor as thyself. If you don't love yourself, that's why you can't love your neighbor.
Yeah, bottom line.
Baby, these topics. Listen, y'all better get up.
I know, it's like, I don't want to end up on a shade room, but it is what it is.
Watch the full episode.
Right, please, God. But as always, in herself, she is love.
In herself, she's beautiful. In herself, she is strong.
See you next week.
See y'all next week. All right, Patreon.
Bye, Patreon.
We love y'all. We would have an after discussion, so y'all need to go join.